Hello, hello, hello. I would like to know about sex change operations. Okay.
Very beautiful. Gorgeous.
Man to woman to man. Penis to vagina.
We're really opening this up on that PG rating.
I know. I am like obsessed with the idea of Mary and Bert doing that song. Venoplasty, yes. Vagina. I'm not even gonna go through it. What's that? It's reduction. It's AMSAP reduction, Mary Poppins. Yes.
Welcome to our one-man show production of Emilia Poppins.
Oh God. All right. So PerGron, we're not going to waste any time. I guess I already kind of wasted a little bit
Too
of time.
late.
Let's get into the Oscar nominations. We are going through. It's the 97th Annual Academy Awards. I literally every year I never know if to call it like the 2024 or 2025 Oscars, and that bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, I
It's
always
like
go with just the year it's celebrating.
the year it's celebrating. Yeah,
Right.
that's fair. All right, so we're going to go based on the wiki. We're going to kind of start with the tech categories and move up. PerGron, this is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be a will win, should have been nominated. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Best visual effects. This is like one of the only categories that fucking Emilia Perez is not nominated in. Thank God. Could you imagine? All right, so we got
Best
Alien.
visual effects.
We got Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. A lot of monkey movies in there.
Yep. One or two.
It'd be great if Dune Part 2 somehow had some sort of like Iraqian monkeys in it. So, PerGron, for me, I think this is pretty straightforward. I think it's going to be a will win and should win for Dune.
Mm-hmm.
What about should have been nominated, though?
I stand by the Substance should have been nominated.
The Substance? I feel like the Substance is fair, but I just feel like the thing with the Substance is I kind of feel like the makeup is kind of what made that movie more than the visuals. The visuals are great. For me, if I had to pick something, I'd probably pick either Twisters or It Would Never Happen, but Hundreds of Beavers. Hundreds of Beavers picking up 2 golden tikis so far, maybe going for a third in Best Director. We'll see how the rest of the votes go.
Yeah.
Would it be wild if Doug Manchesky somehow won?
That would be. Well,
I'm seriously rooting for it.
The Cult of the Snail didn't return.
No,
so
not a single vote in best voiceover performance.
Maybe the Cult of the Beaver will.
I'm fine with that. Anyways, all right. So best visual effects, pretty straightforward. Not really a lot to break down there. Okay, best film editing. We've got Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Wicked, and Emilia Perez.
That's a fucking insane.
I'm trying to do that in the voice of the king from Alice in Wonderland and the king, or the White Rabbit doing the and the king.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Emilia Perez, obviously kind of an insane nomination. You're right about that. Let's see. What do you think as far as will win and should win?
Editing? I feel like The Brutalist is going to take editing.
I feel like it will, and I'm kind of leaning on should too, although I feel like should it's kind of between Anora and The Brutalist.
Yeah, I think Anora should. I think I'd give it to Anora over The Brutalist personally.
Okay.
But I think The Brutalist will take it.
Let's see. And then as far as who should have been nominated, what do you think there?
For editing. Editing's one of those things I don't really notice a ton.
I notice it a lot just because I did edit a feature film in high school by myself
That would do it.
I mean, I have one major name that I'm gonna bring up a couple times here, and that is fucking Challengers.
Yeah, that's
I mean, the editing in that movie is just like it's literally the whole damn movie, even sequence to sequence, is edited like a tennis match.
mhm.
Like when the Challengers boys are first meeting Zendaya in the flashback, the camera literally like is bopping back and forth. Like Zendaya is like interacting with both of them, like she's playing them in a tennis match. It's like there's so much editing in that movie.
Yeah, that's fair. And that probably should have won too.
Honestly, yeah. Alrighty, moving on. Best costume design. We have A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. I'm actually fucking shocked that Emilia Perez didn't get in here.
Thank God it didn't. Imagine the Emilia Perez costume. Like what? The red pantsuit? I don't like what he
Right.
I
I
feel
would
like this
say
is
for
a pretty
me,
cut
it's
and dry one.
Wicked will win, should win.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And honestly, with Wicked being such a cut and dry winner, I'm even kind of having trouble coming up with like another one that should be in there.
Hundreds of beavers.
Nah, well, yeah,
They
I
had
mean, kind of.
they had the mascot costumes.
Right. I mean, that it was like good use of costume. I'm not sure it's like the best costume design. I mean, honestly, maybe the Brutalist. Like the Brutalist would be kind of like a Men in Suits kind of nomination, but I feel like
Uh-huh.
they were very nice suits.
Yeah, they were pretty
um,
alright.
I don't know, like maybe Nickel Boys, perhaps. I know you haven't seen that
I
yet.
have not yet.
Let's see, what else? I'm trying to think
Maybe
of like the
something like
best. Yeah,
real wacky. Maybe like a Furiosa.
Furiosa would be solid because this is the kind of category that like an out of left field pick could get in,
Uh-huh.
or even the Substance, honestly.
Yeah.
So, all right, okay, moving right along, making good time on these. Makeup and hairstyling. Here we go. A different man, Emilia Perez. Nosferatu, The Substance, Wicked. Okay, so my thought on this is I absolutely think The Substance should win. I think it should be a fucking obvious win,
Uh-huh.
but I'm terrified it's actually going to go to Emilia Perez.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
I'm
have this like I mean, obviously out of all these nominees, Emilia Perez is like by far the one that does not deserve it.
the worst one. I'm gonna
Obviously.
manifest it and say the Substance is gonna take it.
All right,
I'm
fair enough.
manifesting it. It's gonna happen.
Then as far as should win, I'll throw out a wild card here. I'll throw out one that like if it were to get in, it would obviously be the only nomination it would get, but Smile 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything on your end for should have been nominated?
Um The Apprentice, I think, had pretty
That's solid. That's a
they
solid.
they
Yeah.
really had to commit to the Trump hair and they did it very well.
Sure. I am happy that a different man got in though. I do think that's
Yes,
a cool
yeah.
nomination. I just don't think like cuz with a different man it's like it's basically just Sebastian Stan for like the first act of the movie.
Right.
So it's a very impressive makeup job, but there's not like a lot of it beyond the first act.
Right.
It's still a cool nomination though. I was very happy it got in.
Yeah, I was stoked that it got in.
All right. Kokias says Wicked is my second favorite film of the year, so I want Wicked to win the 10 awards. That's not gonna happen, Kokias, but you
I
know.
I would we're not there yet, but I would still root for Wicked over
Oh,
Emilia
absolutely.
Perez.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would root for literally fucking anything over Emilia Perez.
They could put in Megamind the Doom Syndicate. I would have rooted for it over fucking Emilia
You know what I
Perez.
wouldn't you know what I wouldn't root for over Emilia Perez?
What's that?
Sonic 3.
I don't know. That's kind of a toss up for me.
All right. Okay, moving right along. Best cinematography. This to me was like an obvious snub. So we have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2,
Mm-hmm.
Emilia Perez.
Fucking why? Fucking why?
Maria, which I have not seen. I've heard the cinematography is the best part of that movie,
It's the
though.
one good part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
Jolie's all right. It was,
And of course, Nosferatu. It's nice to see Nosferatu like kind of cleaning up in the technical categories.
yeah.
The Lighthouse, didn't the Lighthouse like
The
just get
Lighthouse got cinematography.
cinematography? Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. It should have
Okay,
gotten sound.
so what about will win, should win here?
Should win Nosferatu.
I'm
Will
gonna
win The
say
Brutalist. That's my.
I'm gonna say will win The Brutalist. I'm gonna say should win. Probably I would pick Dune Part 2.
That's fair.
Like there's definitely, I mean, especially if you factor in like the black and white stuff on Getty Prime, the way that the worm ride was shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of really unconventional, impressive camera work in that thing. Should have been nominated. Can we just agree, swap out Emilia Perez with challengers, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
Even if they didn't want to give challengers like the above the line stuff, they could have given it editing, score, cinematography. Like, what the fuck were they doing?
Right, I don't get it at all. Okay, best production design. Let me kind of clear out some of these other categories we've gone through already. Okay, best production design. We have. Oh, look, another one that Emilia Perez is not in. Thank God. The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked.
I feel like Wicked takes this one.
Do you feel like it should? I feel like, honestly, I'd be happy if any of Dune, Nosferatu, or Wicked takes it.
Yeah, those would kind of be the three.
No disrespect to The Brutalist or Conclave, but, like, that's very much kind of, like, singular location type of movies, whereas the other three are a lot. I really do think Wicked probably should be the top one, though, maybe.
I think I'll give Wicked should win and will win.
Okay. Should have been nominated. I'm going to go back to my Golden Tiki's thing here. I know it's not like your favorite movie, but I still think Memoirs of a Snail did like a lot of really cool stuff with the singular room that still really impressed me. So I would throw that in. Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. Maybe Alien.
Yeah, Alien would be solid for sure. I can see that.
Alien Romulus had some pretty cool sets.
Indeed. Alrighty. Best sound. We have A Complete Unknown. Dune Part 2. Emilia Perez. Wicked and The Wild Robot.
I'm gonna just say it right now. For the I don't even give a shit who wins this one because the substance should have been nominated. It's, to me, the sound is what really made that movie, and the fact that it wasn't even shortlisted is bullshit.
Right.
Will win.
I would throw Flo a bone as far as should have been
Flo
nominated.
Too. Yep.
Yeah.
I think will win. Probably Emilia Perez.
Oh, God, I hope not.
And I think should win Dune.
I would say Dune too. A Complete Unknown I'd be happy with if that won. Wicked, it'd be kind of whatever. Emilia Perez, I would be actively like not okay with it.
I feel like it's not going to walk away with that many, despite it getting nominated a lot. But I think this is one.
Right.
I think this is one that they could.
I hope it's like a Killers of the Flower Moon kind of situation,
or Banshees of Inisherin,
right?
Or
but Banshees
those are good.
Actually, a good movie.
Yeah, Banshees is a good movie. Killers of the Flower Moon was at least better than Emilia Perez.
I mean, I'm not like crazy about Killers of the Flower Moon, but yeah, it's certainly better than Emilia Perez.
It was a well put together, boring movie.
Right. Honestly, if The Wild Robot takes it, I would be stoked just because it'd be awesome to see an animated film win something other than Best Animated Film.
Yep.
It wouldn't be my first pick, but it wouldn't be my first pick as far as what I think deserves it, but it would probably be the win I'd be most excited about, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Best original song. We're probably not going to have much to say about
I
this.
literally do not give a shit. I this one I do not care about at all.
Moving on.
I think all those.
I'm
I think
kind
all
of with
those.
you.
Yeah, they were so forgettable. Those
Yeah,
songs.
this was not a good year for best
The
original
fact that
song.
they're not performing the songs live this year,
Mhm.
and they're going to do instead different musical acts, as they put it. I think we're gonna get Timmy singing Bob. I think we're gonna hear the Wicked Girls sing.
Yeah.
And I think they were like, these songs fucking suck this
Maybe
year.
maybe Kingsley Benadire as Bob Marley.
I could see
Yeah.
that. But yeah, they're like, all these songs are bad. Like, I would have at least, like, Kiss the Sky should have been nominated for the
Sure.
Wild Robot. I also could have seen anything from Mufasa just getting like the obligatory Lin-Manuel nomination.
Except maybe Bye Bye.
Yeah, not Bye Bye. Bye Bye is very funny because it just made me think of Ryan George, so I like it in that capacity.
Right. I do think that I Always Wanted a Brother is a genuinely kind of solid Lion King song.
Yeah, I like that one. I like
that's the one song in that movie that genuinely feels like it could be a part of the Lion King canon musically.
I don't know. I liked We Go Together too, the one that
Sure.
Rafiki sings. I like that one.
That's a solid one. And Rafiki is the best part of that movie, just hands down, in my opinion. So
yeah.
All right.
To Emilia Perez.
So best original
I think
score.
El Mal will get it though.
Yeah. Best original score. This is fucking ridiculous. All these, I'm just gonna say this outright. Like, I'm kind of the same way that you are with best sound. Like, I don't give a shit who wins. Challengers absolutely should have been up here, and it should have been the front runner to win.
And Dune should have been qualified too.
Okay, the fact that can we just talk about the fact that fucking Wicked got nominated?
Yeah, Wicked qualifies, but Dune doesn't.
Honestly, the Wicked nomination pisses me off more than Emilia Perez.
Yeah,
honestly,
because it's not an original score.
Just straight up. It's as heinous as The Rise of Skywalker getting nominated back in the day, honestly.
Yeah.
Or even Dial of Destiny from last year. It was kind of the same situation.
Yeah, but at least those had John Williams behind them. Like, right. Wicked doesn't have anything. It's just
it's literally like Steven Schwartz. It's like, hello, McFly. Right. Not original. Original score is one of those things that I've just never understood. They
should just get rid of the original part and just say best score.
Yeah, no, I agree. That would be solid. That would be solid because, like, I think there is merit to like reworking orchestrations for film, you know, and I think Wicked does do a good job of that.
Yep.
But it's not original compositions, for fuck's sake.
Nope. I think who will win is probably. I think Conclave could take it.
I think that might be the one thing that Conclave takes, honestly.
I think Conclave's got that and another one down the line, but we'll talk about that.
As far as should win, I would throw my vote to The Brutalist. I think the score is one of the most consistently good things about that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right, so we have shorts that we're going to just gloss over because
I ain't seen none of them.
Have you ever done the thing where they screen all the shorts like in the theater?
I almost did it last year, but I didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like a cool idea, but I kind of just don't care.
So best documentary, are you with me that you've not seen any of these?
I have not. I want to see No Other Land.
Uh-huh.
That one really appeals to me, especially with the narrative that nobody's fucking releasing it.
Right.
So that one I think could win just based on that controversy alone.
But the one that should be up here, and I'm honestly not surprised in the slightest at fucking all that it's not, because somehow in this category, it's just like, it's so goddamn consistent that they will not nominate anything that's remotely pop culture related in this category. Superman absolutely should have been up here. It's fucking ridiculous that it's not.
Yeah, I've got 3. I've got Superman. I've got The Remarkable Life of Evelyn, which I thought was a phenomenal documentary. And I've got Dahomey, which was kind of a front runner. And
right.
It was really good and a really interesting one about like returning art to. It felt very, very Oscars.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Returning art to people. Um,
Evelyn is one of those movies that I know I should see it. I know it would very much emotionally resonate with me. I'm kind of scared to see it just because of like how emotional it would be.
if you cried at Superman, you will cry harder at Evelyn.
I did not. Well, I cried at the Robin Williams part at the end. That's
That's
about
fair.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, I think those three should have been up there.
Yeah.
Alongside probably No Other Land and I don't know, one of the other fucking ones.
I just think that ever since they snubbed "Won't You Be My Neighbor" in this category has it's got no legitimacy to
Yeah,
it. Like,
documentary filmmakers are pretentious fucks.
like "Won't You Be My Neighbor" wasn't just the best documentary of that year, hands down. It was one of the best movies of that year, period.
Yeah, it ended up in my top 10 that year.
Same. Yeah. So, okay. Code Geass says Superman Christopher Reeve story is my favorite film of the 2020s that I've seen so far. So you can imagine how I feel about it not being nominated. I mean, that's a good pick for your favorite film. It's not. I wouldn't necessarily put it as one of my favorite films, but I definitely respect that pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly respect how much Dragon was kind of like weighing if he should put this or Deadpool. Like, there was actually some debate in the man's head about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's his favorite film of the year. So, all right. Okay, next up we've got. Okay, best international feature. I mean, fucking hell. Obviously, it's going to go to Emilia Perez.
Yeah.
Fucking obviously. I would be stoked if somehow it went to Flow, dude.
I would.
That would be one of the biggest fucking like fuck yeah wins.
Yeah, I would love it to go to Flow, and I haven't seen the others. The other three.
I've heard the only one I haven't heard of is the girl with the needle.
Yeah, that one I've not
Sacred
heard of.
Fig was honestly kind of an early front runner for Best Picture, honestly.
And I'm Still Here. I really want to see. I definitely have to.
I want to
see
I'm Still Here so bad.
I always watch the 10.
Same.
So
and it's the one out of the 10 that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, mine is Nickel Boys, but that's happening tomorrow. So but from what I've heard, I hope that one wins.
I would fucking love it if it beat Emilia Perez.
The Brazilians would too.
Oh, dude, the Brazilians were going nuts in the comments during the nominations.
The Brazil flag I saw there.
It was awesome.
It was like going through the Disney parks. It was crazy.
Oh God, it was.
But yeah,
honestly, can you think of a should have been nominated? I can't really.
No.
I mean, really. I know I need to see more international stuff.
I would say Kneecap. I really like Kneecap.
Kneecap, yeah, that was on the bubble. I feel like that would have been. I feel like that people
especially
were talking
after
about
BAFTA.
Yeah,
I feel like if they weren't so obsessed with fucking Emilia Perez, I feel like Kneecap could have gotten in there. And from what I've heard, all I imagine is Light or whatever.
Yes, that one also.
If India had fucking submitted it.
Right. Yeah.
But India didn't submit it, so it didn't. That's also dumb. You shouldn't have to submit. That's so dumb.
And the fact that countries can only submit one
film, but the US can put in fucking all these movies.
Right.
They should absolutely do away with that and just be like best international feature, and then anything is available.
Yeah, totally.
The Oscars ain't ready for that conversation yet. They're still nominating Emilia.
I love how like the more you and I get comfortable podcasting together, the more you slip into your New England accent.
New England just comes out.
Right.
This is how I talk in real life.
Oh,
it just slips out.
All right, best animated feature. I feel like out of literally all of the categories, this is the one that they kind of got spot on.
Yeah, they.
If you watch my reaction, I was literally like, I will eat my sock if Moana 2 gets nominated. I wouldn't have obviously like put it in my stomach, but I would have put the sock in my mouth.
Chewed on it a little.
Right. The only one I could see, like, maybe, I mean, honestly, the only two that probably deserve to be up here, and I don't even know what you would swap out in its place, would be Transformers 1 and Piece by Piece, and I guess maybe Mars Express as well. I'm not as into that one as you are, but like I said, I guess maybe I would swap out Wallace and Gromit with one of those two.
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched the new Wallace
It's
and
all
Gromit
right.
yet.
It's definitely below those three for me.
I would say out of the 5, it's definitely the one that kind of feels the most like, yeah, sure, why not?
Right.
You know? I would say, but the thing with Transformers 1 is, and Piece by Piece, is that with this category, it's kind of like the pop culture thing, where the Academy, they will not touch movies based on toys.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird bias that they have.
Yep.
If the original Lego movie didn't get in, nothing. No toy movie is getting in. It doesn't matter.
I'd argue that's still the second biggest snub in modern Oscars history, only behind Toni Collette for Hereditary.
I feel like that's maybe an even bigger snub, just because I feel like with Toni Collette, yeah, it's obviously like it should have been in there, but like given the history of the Oscars, it's not really a surprise that.
Yeah, I guess I should have said a personal snub.
Sure, yeah. As far as will win, should win though.
I think Flo's gonna take it. Wild Robot could, but I do think Flo is gonna take it. I think Flo should take it.
Yeah. I mean, out of these 5, Inside Out 2 is the one that was highest on my rankings. I know that's definitely not the case for you. But I would still like to see Flo take it, just because it's so different.
Yeah, the guy who made it's pretty chill, too. He released a video of him reacting to the nomination, and he's just like, yes.
Nice.
It's really funny.
Code Geass says that Christmas not be nominated is disappointing, but not surprising. I've heard like okay things about that Christmas.
Yeah, it's a cute Christmas movie.
Yeah. Okay. Klaus got nominated the year that came out, right?
Yeah. It's no Klaus.
Okay. All right. Next up, I think we're getting into the above the line stuff here.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot! And I just realized is there no best director here?
Oh no!
What the fuck, Wiki? Oh no, it is here. I just missed it. It. Okay. I was like, what the fuck, Wikipedia? It's like right below best picture. Okay. So best adapted screenplay. A Complete Unknown. Conclave. Emilia Perez. Nickel Boys. And Sing Sing.
Yeah, I think this one's a pretty cut and dry for Conclave.
I think so too. I think I agree. I would like to see a complete, out of the 5, I'd like to see a Complete Unknown take it, because I have actually read the book that it's based on, and it does actually do a really good job of kind of translating the storyline there. And then also it would be really cool to see Sing Sing win it, just to see all those people on stage.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Clarence Macklin up there.
I mean, he should have been in Best Supporting Actor. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the movie, and I know he should have been there. Let's see. I mean, fucking Emilia Perez. What the fuck? I didn't even fucking know that Emilia Perez was based on anything.
I didn't either. I'm not convinced it is.
God. Let's see. So you think Conclave pretty cut and dry?
Yeah, honestly, I think it should, and I think it will.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Wicked, this is one of the categories I really think Wicked should have been in.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Because I think they did a really good job of, with the whole, like, oh, they're splitting up into 2 parts. Is it going to be too, like, no, I think they did a really good job of taking Act 1, improving what was there from the stage play, adding context, adding, character motivation. I think they did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Best original screenplay. This is a pretty solid group. except for one, which I just don't know about. We have Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, The Substance.
Yeah.
Have you seen September 5?
I have not.
That's one of the ones where I'm really like relieved it didn't get into Best Picture.
Yeah, not to get political, I wouldn't watch it. Um,
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
yeah, it was a Regal mystery movie, and I made the decision when I found out that's what it was going to be. I made the decision not to watch it. So
Nice. Okay. For this, I would fucking be thrilled if The Substance won.
I would absolutely be stoked if The Substance took it. I
would be
think
very happy if Anora took it.
I think Anora will. I
Okay.
do think Anora is the one that will take it.
I think The Brutalist is probably its biggest competition, but like as we were talking about, that's like literally the movie with the screenplay where it's like the main character literally gets fucked in the ass by
Right.
the American dream.
Yeah, I feel like it's and a lot of Oscar voters seem to not be watching it or like unable to finish it.
Right. Which I
So,
think is fucking ridiculous. That
yeah,
the Oscar
that's
voters,
dumb.
like,
Just get over it. You big bunch of babies. I
I
see your letterbox top fours. You're always pulling the most fucking Criterion Collection bullshit out. Watch The Brutalist.
I feel like A Real Pain. What do you think? Is that a contender?
It was.
Yeah.
It certainly was at the beginning, and I kind of wish it stayed. But I don't think it has. I think it's going to be Anora or The Brutalist.
I feel like anything other than September 5, I'll be okay with.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if The Brutalist does win, it's like that's definitely like out of the other four, that's the least I think deserving, but still better than September 5.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Best Supporting Actress, and let me just say right now, I think it's fucking crazy that literally every category besides maybe Best Actress, no, even in Best Actress, literally Best Actor, I guess, is fine. But literally Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress, we have goddamn category fraud, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
It's just fucking crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so we have for Best Supporting Actress, we have Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, which is fucking kind of insane, but whatever. And everyone's favorite, the one who probably will fucking win, Zoe Saldana in Emilia Perez.
Yeah, I think out of the Emilia Perez wins,
that would be the one that's most deserving.
Yeah, it's the one I'm okay with.
Right.
I wouldn't pick her over I wouldn't pick her over a Grande or a Barbaro personally. But when Saldana takes it, it's the one that I'm okay with.
Right.
That and fucking song, because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think Ariana Grande would definitely be my personal choice for this. As far as should have been nominated, I mean, we like two picks that like they weren't getting anywhere close to Oscar conversation at all. But I truly think Dee or Joan Chen in Dee, and then also Aubrey Plaza in My Old Ass. Both had two of the most heartbreaking performances of the year for me. And I really think that there should have been some sort of, like, maybe not the Oscars, but I just wish that those two performances were more acknowledged in general.
Yeah, they could have gotten a Globe nomination. They have
or something like that. Yeah. So I think it's kind of the shame that, I mean, I don't know, fucking My Old Ass in particular is such a fucking underrated movie. That movie is like my absolute dark horse of 2024. All right. What about should have been nominated in your end? Anything? Margaret Qualley.
Yes, Margaret Qualley.
That's a big one.
Over Rossellini would have been I think, a pretty easy one. Like, Rossellini's good, but she has 5 minutes?
Right.
Like one line of dialogue that everyone blew way out of proportion.
Exactly.
Like, it was a fine delivery of she's just like, it wasn't anything special. But yeah, I think a quali. But it's category fraud to have Grande and Saldana in there. It's absolutely category fraud to have Saldana and Grande in there. They are leads of their fucking movies. Gascon, who's going to be in lead, is absolutely a supporting character in that movie. So they should have just fucking switched the two.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I think Saldana will win it, and I think Grande should. And I'd love Barbaro too, but I don't think she really deserves it over Grande.
I feel like with Barbaro, like her acting is fine in the movie. It's not bad. It's just kind of it's all right. I think her singing is what really pushes me over the edge.
She really sounds like Joan Baez.
Yeah. Okay, best supporting actor. We have Kieran Culkin because he's such a supporting performer. He's in almost every fucking scene. He's literally the character that we start and end the movie with.
No, he walks away once. That way Jesse Eisenberg can talk about him. This is literally
just as ridiculous as if Giamatti would have gotten in for supporting actor in The Holdovers.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Anyways, Yura Borisov in Anora, Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown.
Yep.
My boy Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, Harrison Van Buren, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. Really cool nomination there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be Culkin. I think it should be Culkin. I've said over and over, Culkin was my performance of the year. It should be a lead, but it's not. So I think he's going to sweep just the whole season.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like in the same vein as last year with
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And I'm in agreement. Like last year, I was very much in agreement that it should have been Downey Jr. This year, the Oscars and I get each other on the supporting actor race. I wouldn't complain about a Norton or a Pierce win. Like honestly, I think all of these guys,
all of these are solid. Yeah.
I wouldn't complain about a single one of them.
As far as should have been nominated, I'll throw out it probably wouldn't have happened for either one of these guys, but Josh O'Connor in Challengers. Out of the two of them, he's the supporting character.
Yeah.
Although we did nominate both of them together
because we are right.
Which I'm fine with.
We are right.
And then I would also throw in I'm honestly like Javier Bardem, man. It's like I think it's kind of crazy how underappreciated that performance is.
Yeah.
I feel like people either ignore it or they meme it. And I'm like, no, like that performance is like that performance is what makes that movie to a lot of extent. Like
that's the best performance in the movie.
You see the transformation of Moadib through his eyes. You know, like it's all like you would not buy the rise of Paul Atreides if he didn't pull off his like cult-like devotion to him as much as he did.
Right. It'd be like watching the Jesus story through a disciple.
Right.
It's very much. It's super. Yeah, I'm gonna nominate Clarence Macklin because I did see Sing Sing, and I think
I'm glad. I'm honestly kind of glad that Sing Sing didn't get into Best Picture. Honestly, if anything else, just to
spite it,
just to fucking like give A20 like have A24 learn a lesson about fucking marketing and distribution. Right. But I mean, I still want to see it just for the performances.
Even then, it's really just Macklin. I'm gonna be honest.
Really, not even. I mean, I love I really like Coleman Domingo.
I love Coleman Domingo. I think he was. Coleman Domingo in Rustin, I think, was fine. Coleman Domingo in this, I think, is fine.
Okay.
If Coleman Domingo was going to get a nomination,
like I said last year, I think Color
Purple.
Yeah.
So good in The Color Purple.
Right.
So yeah, I think Macklin's really the reason to see that movie, and then like it's kind of neat to see the novelty that all these people are playing themselves.
Sure, that's true. Okay, let's see. Moving on. Best Actress, we have Cynthia Erivo for Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
God, Carla Sofia Gascon, Emilia Perez.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey Madison for Honora.
Mm-hmm.
Demi Moore for The Substance, and
Mm-hmm.
Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. I mean, I
Uh,
think I like, except for the fucking Emilia Perez nomination, I think all of these ladies are very solid.
yeah.
Zendaya, it wouldn't have happened, but I think she does deserve. Like, honestly, PerGron, I think the one shot of Zendaya, you know, like the poster shot of her in between the two boys and she's smiling, you know, that is like the shot of the fucking decade so far for me.
Fair.
Like, I mean, I think that she's so memorable just in the little like facial expressions and stuff like that throughout the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I would have put Grande here. That would be the only change I would really make. Because I think that the
I mean,
one
again, Grande like literally opens the movie. Like, I
right.
think she has just as much screen time as Arrivo does.
Yep. If not
And again,
more.
in the Golden Tikis, we remedied this because
Right.
both ladies are nominated together.
The one good award show. Tune
Dude,
in.
again, I'm still stoked that Hundreds of Beavers is like a multi-Golden Tiki winner. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, I think this one is going to. I think it's gonna go to Demi Moore. I do.
I think so too.
I think it's gonna go to her or Fernanda Torres.
Demi Moore would honestly be my third pick after Fernanda Torres and Mikey Madison.
Mikey Madison's my should.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think
and Fernanda Torres might be my should once I see that movie.
Yeah. I'm very much high on Honora right now. It's kind of the one I'm going in rooting for.
I mean, and Demi Moore, I think if she wins, it'll be really cool. It'll be like more of a win for the genre than anything else.
Yeah, like the Substance.
I honestly kind of get what Grace Randolph is talking about, where she's like, yeah, Demi Moore as an actress is just kind of fine.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good role for her. I just don't think there's anything she did beyond the mirror scene, which is obviously the highlight of that movie. That was like,
that'll be the role. That'll be the
right.
Yeah,
well, they'll probably just cut to the people in the seats. That's what they usually do now. I don't know why.
I think they're gonna have the people come out and talk again like they did last year. But yeah, I'll be stoked if and when Demi Moore wins it. I will be very happy just because The Substance was my favorite movie of last year. But I'm rooting Mikey. I think Mikey should take it.
And she was the front runner for a long time.
She was.
Like, and Substance kind of came out of nowhere and was just like, nope, sorry, Honora.
Right. And Fernanda Torres, if she takes it, again, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm with you, Brazil. I'm
right.
Yeah, and
even then, I'm sorry, Lady Gaga, just nah.
No,
man.
That movie didn't deserve.
She probably deserves it over like fucking Carla Sofia Gascon.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana should have been here, and Arrivo is just kind of nothing to me. Like, I love Wicked.
Careful what you say, PerGron. Careful, be careful. I mean, Cynthia Erivo's literally gonna fucking come after you herself.
Yeah, she might. No, like she's good in the movie. She very much is.
Yeah. But I think Ariana Grande is obviously like the bigger standout.
Yeah, and it's kind of to me, it's a Margot Robbie and Barbie situation. It's It's a good performance, but I don't think it's an Oscar performance.
Right. I mean, vocally, she's amazing.
Yeah,
the actual acting's like fine.
Right.
It's kind of like Monica Barbaro, you know?
Yeah. Like, I think it's cool that she got the nomination. And I think that's kind of where her train ends.
I think if she has, I think Wicked Part 2 is probably going to be like more of a case for us.
And they're going to campaign her supporting.
For Wicked Part 2?
Yeah, and Grande lead. That's what they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they were going to swap them.
That's odd.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, from what I know about the second act of Wicked, like
it's pretty alphabet heavy.
It's literally like switched. Like,
Grande, if you were gonna do that, it should have been this. Like this
fucking Oscars, dude. Oh my god, that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that one's on Universal, but
yeah. God. All right. Okay, best actor. Hold on, sorry. Best actor, we've got Adrian Brody, The Brutalist.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy Chowles for A Complete Unknown.
Mm-hmm.
In the Golden Tikis, that's literally what he's going to come up as, because I literally could not fit Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown, into. So it's just going to be Timmy Chowles. It's the one compromise I had to make as far as the 36 character limit. Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. Ray Fiennes for Conclave. And Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice, but really he's being nominated for the 1-2 punch, I think.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is a pretty clear-cut two-horse race between Brody and Chalamet, right?
Yeah, for a while there, I was going Chalamet because of the AI thing, but then Brady Corbet came out and kind of explained it a little bit
Uh-huh.
and said, like, yeah, we didn't use it on his performance. We used it when he's speaking Hungarian because some of those vowels are hard to pronounce, and people kind of backed off a little bit.
I'm still rooting for Chalamet over
I am too.
Brody.
I'm not. I like Adrian Brody. I don't want to see him win another Oscar because I don't want him to assault somebody again.
Wait, what?
Last time he won an Oscar, he just like kissed somebody.
Oh, that's right. Oh shit, I forgot about that. And it was for a fucking Roman Polanski movie too.
Yeah.
It was. Jeez.
Yep. And it would also be kind of cool to see Timothy Chalamet take youngest best actor away from Adrian Brody.
That'd be funny. That'd be
who
funny.
Is the youngest at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna say should Timmy Chowles. I'm gonna say Will Brody.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm having a hard time thinking of a should have been nominated. Maybe swap out Sebastian Stan for like A Different Man instead of The Apprentice.
I don't know. I think performance wise, Apprentice makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Like I know it's.
I just think like for my whole thing with A Different Man and why the performance was so impressive to me is I feel like he really conveyed that whole like not being comfortable in your own skin anxiety like so well.
That's fair. I think it's an Oscars performance to perform as Donald Trump. That feels very Oscars to me.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking of anything else. I feel like,
I mean, they kind of got the big five.
Right.
People were saying Craig for Queer. I'm glad that didn't happen.
Nah, dude.
I'm glad that did not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Hugh Grant for Heretic kind of would be my sixth. Mm-hmm. But even then, I'm pretty content with the five we have.
Yeah, same, honestly. Okay, next up we've got Best Director. We have Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jock Hadyard. I don't give a fuck if I pronounce that right. For Emilia Perez, Corley Farge for The Substance. Where the fuck is Denis Villeneuve? It's goddamn ridiculous, man. Yeah. What more does that man have to do?
He pissed somebody off.
He obviously must have, yeah.
He pissed somebody off when he was making Arrival or something.
I mean, this is truly crazy. This is a crazy snub.
It's especially crazy because here's kind of my breakdown of it. I'm not the Oscar expert or anything, but this is kind of my breakdown of it. Yeah. But my breakdown of it is I don't think it's going to go to Corbet. I think he was kind of too up his own ass. And
I agree.
People aren't like in the movie.
Yeah. Laszlo's literally going to get raped by the American dream.
I don't think
it's going to set up this shot, but we're not going to actually show the shot.
I don't think it's going to go to Sean Baker because it's a movie about sex workers.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go to Farge. Because it's a horror movie.
Do you think it's going to go to Mangold?
And I don't think it's going to go to Mangold.
Oh, God. Oh.
I think we are about to watch Jacques Audiard walk away with the best director, which is a fucking travesty.
I mean, I think as far as should, like, I would be overjoyed if Corley Farge somehow took it.
Yep, she would be my first, and then I think Baker would be my second.
Same. And then as far as like like actually propping up trans filmmakers, Jane Shaw Braun,
Yep.
I saw the TV Glow was literally right fucking there if they actually
Yep.
wanted to support trans people.
That would have gotten some pretty neat nominations too.
It was right. It was fucking right there. It was literally right there.
I think once again we snubbed the Eggman.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I don't think it needed a picture. I don't think it needed most above the line stuff. But I think he is such a specific director.
A singular vision director.
Yeah. Like he is. If you're going to celebrate directors and not the movie they're directing, which is what the director should be, it should be who was the best director, not who made the best movie.
Right.
Because that's what Best Picture is for.
I think that John M. Chu is literally like this year's Greta Gerwig, and I think it's kind of ridiculous because it's like, have you seen the lighting in that movie?
Right.
Have you seen the way that movie looks? I'm sorry, but
people are just mad because a musical comedy didn't fucking get in.
Well, Emilia Perez.
I know, but the stan culture of fucking Barbie and Wicked, they need to just stop.
Yeah.
Chu wasn't getting in. I would say that the biggest snub for me is Villeneuve, obviously. I would like to see Schönbrunn in there. That had a net zero chance of happening, but I would like to see it.
Right.
Luca Guadagnino for Challengers would have been a cool one, and Robert Eggers. Those would be... I would put most of them...
I honestly think this is like, for the second year in a row, this is one of the worst.
I think it is the worst.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst above the line lineup.
All right. And finally, we get to Best Picture. We have Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
Yeah. Most of these are good picks.
Nickel Boys didn't really land with me personally, but that might just be like I just wasn't crazy about the point of view gimmick in that movie. I honestly think it would have been a little better if they would have. It feels a little style over substance for me. Obviously Emilia Perez is like, fucking fuck you,
And like I'm gonna break everybody's heart here with my prediction.
No, I mean everyone fucking knows it's the front runner, PerGron. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's gonna walk away with it. It's gonna
honestly at this point, PerGron, my whole thing with it walking away with it is good because it's going to be a talking point. It's going to be an embarrassment. It's going to be a black mark on the Academy's resume. It's going to be the next Crash. Yeah.
Worse than Crash, worse than Green Book.
Yeah.
And I really think the reason they're walking away with it isn't even the trans stuff. The reason it's walking away with it is a big FU to Trump. That's what it is.
Right.
It's a we're taking a stance against Trump. Which isn't what Best Picture should be. Look, I understand. Again, not to get political. Fuck Donald Trump. But don't do that with Best Picture. Don't do that with Best Picture.
You know what? The Brutalist is a pretty damn political movie if you really actually take the time to break it down.
Anora is too.
Yeah.
The Substance is too. From what I've heard, Nickel Boys also is. I'm Still Here very much is, from what I've heard. Yeah. Wicked is.
Right. Yeah.
Conclave is. We can put any of these movies as the
as far as should win. I mean, I think you and I can agree. If Dune Part 2 or The Substance somehow wins, I'm gonna be fucking stoked.
I'd be giddy.
Yeah. I'd really like to see Anora take it.
Yep.
I think realistically, I'd be happy with The Brutalist taking it, just because it's one of those like big swing movies that we don't really get a lot of, even if parts of it don't really work. And I'd certainly be happier seeing that take it than fucking Emilia Perez.
Yeah, I think it's made to be a Best Picture.
Yeah. As far as should have, I mean, fucking swap out Emilia Perez with Challengers, dude.
Yep.
Like,
easy peasy. If
Right?
they wanted to do Sing Sing, I wouldn't have complained about it, even though I would have absolutely complained about celebrating a movie they didn't ever release. But I think Sing Sing would have made sense, especially where it was
I know
the
you
front
saw it in
runner.
theaters, but I'm still not convinced that it ever played in a movie theater.
The only reason we got it, I asked the director, the manager or the guy at the concession stand at the theater I went to see it at, and he's like, "Yeah." The manager just was like, "I'm showing this fucking movie."
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
It wasn't like it was just like I'm gonna show this movie because
I'm honestly shocked that the Summerfield, the independent movie theater I go to in Santa Rosa, has not gotten it yet.
yeah, I mean it's kind of slowly releasing again, but it's not
Yeah, but I
anywhere
feel
near.
like at this point, with it kind of underperforming with the nominations, I feel
Yep,
like the motivation to like release it widely isn't
yep,
there.
it's gone. Sing
Yeah,
Sing is going to go down as the worst distribution of a movie ever.
basically, yes. All right. Any other best pictures that you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, we could go replacing Emilia Perez. We could go with I think The Wild Robot would have been a cool one. Just to get an animated in there
Sure.
or Flow.
Hmm.
Nosferatu would have been cool. Challengers would have been my pick.
Hmm.
A Different Man would have been cool.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
Sure.
Even The Apprentice would have been kind of a neat
The
one.
Apprentice would, if you want to do a fuck Donald Trump movie, that would have been the
Yeah,
one
just
over fucking
nominate The
Emilia Perez.
Apprentice.
Yeah, right, right.
But yeah, I think over Amelia Perez, we could also go with Deadpool and Wolverine. We could go with
Oh dear.
Monkey Man. We could go with Bad Boys Ride or Die. We could go with Long Legs. We could go with Furiosa. We could go with Thelma, Juror Number Two. Speak No
June Squid
Evil.
for Felma. I mean, again, it would have never happened, but I it would have been great to actually somehow see her in there
Yeah,
for Best
yeah, I
Actress.
agree. Miscellaneous. Hit Pig should have been. We could have put Mufasa, Beetlejuice, The Bike Riders, The Beekeeper, Bob Marley, One Love, Here, A Quiet Place, Day One, Sting, Civil War.
Good
Need
night,
I go on?
everybody.